I'd like to go back just a little bit, Randy, and obviously your story in peaceful nonviolent rescue of women that were considering abortions, and the theme of this morning, a heavenly perspective. And I'd just like to hear a little bit more from you, and just especially I feel for the church today, especially here in the U.S., a heavenly perspective on life.
Yeah, I think that if we have a big view of God and a big view of His Word, then we must have a big view of people. And this is ironic because we're usually the people who are thought of as being just really negative about humanity because we recognize lostness, and it's a reality. We're fallen. We're under the curse. We're not all that we were made to be. But God never gave up on us, and He's created us in His image. We know from a reference in James that all human beings, not just believers, are still created in God's image. We're all His image bearers. So when you see somebody make a beautiful painting, so for us, we haven't done it yet this time, but when we've visited before, we've walked down the streets and looked at the gift stores, including art in Lahaina. And so if you go in to one place and you have one of these undersea artists, Robert Lynn Nelson used to be one of them, and forget some of the other names, but you're seeing these beautiful, and you think, Lord, what you made was beautiful, and it's also beautiful that you made these people in your image, that they can use their art. During the break, I was talking to someone who works in baking, and so she's got a bakery, or she bakes goods and gets them to people, or however she does it, and just was talking about how I feel like God has gifted me with that and called me that. This is a perfect example.
I'd like to meet that person
of
too.
what, yes, and have right, exactly. There you right. Then you wouldn't have to go to Costco. It would just come straight to you, delivered to your home, right? Okay, so, but the thing is, our view of people should be big and lofty, even when we recognize people are capable of doing horrible things. So, getting to the life issue, it's respect for all human life. Now, when you take babies who are, you could argue, oh, but wait a minute, they're sinners by nature because we all sinned in Adam, every member of the human race. Well, so what? So, I mean, they have intrinsic value. They should not be killed. There's nothing they've done wrong. They are innocent. They are weak. And the weak are always, in Scripture, a test for God's people who are stronger. Will we speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves? Will defend the rights of the poor and needy? Go help the poor. Go do the things for the needy, the widows, the orphans. And for unborn children, I think it's a test for the church. How much do we really care about these children, and how much do we care about their mothers who are being told lies, still being told lies? About, oh, this will be fine, and you'll just forget about it, and it'll be much more convenient, and all of this, and then been in all of these women who are struggling years later, and then where's Planned Parenthood then? They're not there to encourage you and hold your hand and help you. There's churches, there's Christian ministries that are there for you, but the people that you paid the money to get the abortion, they could care less. They don't care about you. And so I just think that this is something close to the heart of God. Now, it's not the only thing close to the heart of God. And this is why, like, some people are really into prison ministry, which I think is great. We send actually tens of thousands of books to prisoners each year of my books and give them to them. And I've written a couple of graphic novels, which are the long comic book style, and that one called The Apostle and one called Eternity. They've got the gospel woven into the storyline. And so maybe prison ministry is your thing, or maybe it's street people, or maybe it's this, or maybe whatever ministry it is, or children's ministry in your church. None is better than any other, but I think the pro-life ministry is one of those. And of course, it's not only pro-life at the beginning of life, but at the end of life, where you care for the elderly, the needy and the helpless.